Beyond the Gates spoilers for Thursday's July 9 full episodes suggest that Fairmont Crest is about to become the center of several emotional storms at once, and none of them appear to be simple misunderstandings that can be smoothed over with a few kind words. The upcoming episode promises tension, romance, shocking opportunities, and a dangerous new rivalry that could reshape the balance of power around Garland Memorial Hospital. At the heart of the drama are three major developments: Catherine Cott Richardson and Tomas Navarro facing another painful crack in their relationship, Grayson Perez being confronted with a surprising offer that could change the direction of his future, and Leslie Thomas being left stunned by a decision that threatens not only her professional standing, but also the survival of the free clinic she has fought to keep alive. On the surface, these storylines may look separate, but in the world of Beyond the Gates, personal wounds, family pressure, romantic disappointment, ambition, and old grudges rarely stay in their own corners for long. One impulsive action can trigger a fight. One rejected proposal can expose a deeper fear. One unexpected offer can pull someone back into danger. And one administrative decision at a hospital can become the spark that ignites a much larger war. For Cott and Tomas, the trouble appears to begin with another impulsive move from Cott, one that leaves Tomas frustrated and perhaps more hurt than he is willing to admit. The spoilers reveal that Cott's latest action creates new tension between them, and it is difficult not to connect this moment to the emotional fallout from Tomas's rejected proposal. His decision to propose in front of the Dupree family may have seemed romantic in theory, especially to a man who believed he was ready to declare his love openly and step into a more serious future. But the timing and the pressure of the moment may have made Cott feel cornered rather than cherished. Tomas wanted certainty. Cott needed space. Tomas wanted a public yes. Cott could not give him an answer that would satisfy the fantasy he had built in his mind. Now every disagreement between them carries the weight of that rejection, because they are no longer simply arguing about money, timing, or personal choices. They are arguing under the shadow of a question Cott did not answer the way Tomas hoped she would. That means even something that might once have felt minor, an impulsive purchase, a sudden decision about a condo, or a bold move made without consulting him could now feel like proof that they are not moving in the same direction. Cott's impulsive behavior may not come from carelessness, however. It may be her way of trying to regain control after feeling emotionally overwhelmed. In a family as powerful and visible as the Duprees, love does not exist in a quiet, private bubble. Every choice becomes a statement, every hesitation becomes gossip, and every relationship has the potential to become a family matter. Cott may care deeply for Tomas, but caring for someone and being ready to marry them are not the same thing. Her refusal may not mean she does not love him. It may mean she is terrified of becoming trapped in a future that everyone else seems more eager to define than she is. If her latest action involves buying or pursuing a condo, then it could represent independence, escape, or even a test. Does she want a place that belongs to her alone? Is she trying to prove that she can make life decisions without waiting for Tomas's approval? Or is she unconsciously pushing him away because the proposal forced her to face a level of commitment she is not ready for? Tomas, meanwhile, may see the same action through a completely different lens. To him, it may look like Cott is avoiding him, dismissing his feelings, or making major choices that suggest he is not truly part of her future. That is what makes the Tomcat conflict so compelling. The issue may not be whether one of them is right and the other is wrong. The issue is that they may both be reacting from emotional pain. Tomas may be embarrassed after being turned down in front of Cott's family, even if he tries to hide that humiliation beneath frustration. He may tell himself that he is upset about Cott's impulsiveness, but underneath, he may be wondering whether she ever saw him as her forever partner. Cott may feel guilty for hurting him, yet also resentful that he placed her in a position where she had to hurt him publicly or betray herself privately. Their argument could easily become a conversation about commitment, respect, and whether love is enough when two people are standing at different emotional crossroads. If Tomas pushes too hard, Kot could pull further away. If Kot keeps avoiding the deeper issue, Tomas could begin to believe he is wasting his heart on someone who will never be ready. The danger is not just one fight. The danger is that their relationship may be shifting from romance into resentment, and once resentment takes root, even love can begin to feel like a burden. While Kot and Tomas struggle with emotional uncertainty, two other couples in Fairmont Crest appear ready to turn up the heat and remind viewers that romance is still alive in the middle of all this chaos. The spoilers tease that two couples share romantic moments, and that contrast is important. On one side, Tomcat may be slipping into tension after a failed proposal. On the other side, other couples may be growing closer, finding passion, comfort, or a long-awaited chance to reconnect. That contrast could make Tomas feel even more isolated, especially if he sees others receiving the kind of romantic clarity he thought he and Kot were supposed to have. It could also force Kot to compare her own hesitation with the confidence she sees in other relationships. In a soap world, romantic scenes are rarely just romantic. They often exist to heighten emotional contrast. One couple's happiness can expose another couple's fracture. One kiss can make another person question what they are missing. One tender moment can become a painful mirror for someone whose relationship suddenly feels unstable. The Wednesday episode may use these romantic scenes not only to give viewers warmth and passion, but also to sharpen the ache surrounding Kot and Tomas. Fairmont Crest may be glowing with romance, but for Tomcat, that glow may only make the shadows darker. Elsewhere, Grayson Paris receives a surprising offer from a stranger, and this may be one of the most intriguing developments of the episode. Grayson has already been through an intense period, especially because of his connection to the plasma ring and the dangers surrounding it. After everything he has endured, a new offer should make him cautious, not excited. Yet the spoilers describe it as unexpected and possibly thrilling, which suggests this is not a simple conversation. Someone may see value in Grayson, either because of what he knows, what he survived, or what he can still provide. The offer could be professional, giving him a chance to step into a new role or return to a field connected to the clinic, the hospital, or a medical investigation. It could also be personal, pulling him towards someone or something that challenges his loyalty to Ashley Morgan. If Ashley is involved, the offer may complicate their attempt to rebuild trust. If the offer comes from someone outside his usual circle, then the question becomes even more dangerous. Why Grayson, and why now? The timing of this offer matters. Grayson is not a man standing at the beginning of a clean new chapter. He is someone whose past choices, recent trauma, and connections to dangerous secrets may still be following him. A stranger offering him something exciting may be a blessing, but it may also be bait. In Fairmont Crest, opportunities rarely arrive without strings attached. If the offer is connected to work, perhaps someone wants Grayson back in a position where his knowledge of the plasma situation can be useful. If it is connected to the medical world, it could overlap with the chaos at Garland Memorial Hospital and the free clinic. If it is connected to romance, then Ashley could find herself wondering whether Grayson's loyalty is as steady as he claims. And if the offer is connected to the plasma ring, then the story could be pulling Grayson right back toward a mystery he thought he had escaped. His immunity, his survival, or his involvement may make him valuable to people who do not necessarily have good intentions. What sounds like a new beginning could actually be the first step into a new trap. This is where Beyond the Gates can build suspense beautifully, because Grayson's storyline has the potential to bridge the personal and the dangerous. On the emotional side, he may want to believe that life is finally offering him something positive after months of uncertainty. He may want to prove to Ashley that he can move forward, rebuild, and make choices that benefit them both. But on the dramatic side, viewers know that a mysterious stranger never arrives without a purpose. If this person knows about Grayson's past, they may be testing him. If they know about the plasma ring, they may be recruiting him. If they know about the hospital's internal politics, they may be using him as a pawn in a much larger game. The most interesting question is whether Grayson will recognize the warning signs before he accepts. His need for redemption, stability, or a fresh identity could make him vulnerable. He may tell himself that this offer is a chance to reclaim power, but the real power may belong to the person making the offer. Meanwhile, Leslie Thomas faces a blow that could leave her professionally cornered and personally furious. The spoilers reveal that Dr. Monica McCormick, the new chief of staff at Garland Memorial Hospital, informs Leslie that the hospital will be cutting ties with the free clinic. For Leslie, this is more than a bureaucratic decision. The free clinic represents access, service, credibility, and perhaps one of the few places where she can still claim a sense of purpose after the damage she has caused in other parts of her life. To have that connection severed by Monica is not just surprising, it is humiliating. Leslie is not someone who responds well to being dismissed, especially by a woman who enters the scene with authority, composure, and a personal connection to Shanice Johnson. Monica is Shanice's aunt, and Shanice has every reason to view Leslie with suspicion because of the chaos Leslie caused in her relationship with Ted Richardson. That connection makes the decision feel deeply personal, even if Monica insists it is strictly professional. The most fascinating part of this confrontation is that Monica may not be acting out of simple revenge. She may genuinely believe that Garland Memorial Hospital needs to protect itself from instability, controversy, or liability connected to Leslie and the free clinic. As the new chief of staff, Monica would be expected to make hard decisions, and cutting ties with a clinic may be framed as a matter of policy, standards, funding, or reputation. But because this is beyond the gates, professional decisions are never free from personal history. Monica may be too disciplined to admit that Leslie's past behavior influences her judgment, but she is human, and she knows what Leslie did to Shanice, Ted, and the emotional order around them. Even if Monica's decision is defensible on paper, Leslie will likely see it as an attack. And once Leslie believes she is being targeted, she will not retreat quietly. Leslie's shock could quickly transform into outrage. She may demand answers, accuse Monica of abusing her new position, and insist that the free clinic should not be punished because of personal conflicts. Monica, however, does not seem like a woman who can be intimidated by volume or emotional manipulation. She may calmly remind Leslie that the hospital's future is her responsibility now, and that sentiment cannot override policy. That kind of calm authority may enrage Leslie even more, because Leslie thrives when she can destabilize the person across from her. If Monica refuses to be destabilized, Leslie may feel exposed. This could become the beginning of a fierce new rivalry between two women who are both intelligent, determined, and unwilling to surrender control. Monica has institutional power. Leslie has survival instincts and a long history of fighting dirty when she feels threatened. That combination could make their conflict one of the most dangerous new battles on the canvas. The free clinic itself may become the symbolic battlefield. For Monica, cutting ties may be about protecting Garland Memorial, asserting her leadership, and drawing a firm line around what the hospital will and will not support. For Leslie, the clinic may represent her last claim to legitimacy. If she loses it, she may lose influence, resources, and public goodwill. That gives her a reason to fight with everything she has. She might try to rally patients, staff, donors, or community members against Monica's decision. She might attempt to expose Monica as biased because of Shanice. She might even search for weaknesses in Monica's past, hoping to undermine her before Monica can fully settle into her new role. Monica, in turn, may discover that Leslie is far more dangerous than she appears at first glance. What begins as a hospital policy dispute could become a social, political, and emotional war, especially if Ted, Shanice, Nicole, or other members of the Fairmont Crest Circle are drawn into the conflict. This storyline also carries strong emotional consequences for Ted and Shanice. If Monica is Shanice's aunt, then Shanice may feel protected by her presence, especially after everything Leslie has done. But Ted may find himself caught in a complicated position if the free clinic serves people who genuinely need help. He may despise Leslie's past choices while still recognizing that the clinic matters. Shanice may support Monica's decision because she sees Leslie as toxic, while Ted may worry about the innocent people affected by the fallout. That kind of moral tension could bring new depth to their relationship. Are they united in wanting Leslie out of their lives? Or will they disagree over how far Monica should go? Leslie, of course, could exploit any disagreement between them. If she senses even the smallest crack, she may try to widen it, framing herself as the victim of a family vendetta and forcing Ted to confront whether his personal history with her is now influencing public decisions. By the end of the Wednesday, July 8th episode, Beyond the Gates seems poised to leave viewers with more questions than answers. Will Cott's impulsive decision push Tomas closer to walking away, or will it finally force them to have the honest conversation they have both been avoiding? Can Tomas accept love without immediate commitment, or will his wounded pride convince him that Cott's hesitation is rejection in disguise? Will Cott realize that independence does not have to mean emotional distance, or will she continue making choices that leave Tomas feeling excluded from her life? At the same time, what exactly is Grayson being offered? And why does this mysterious stranger believe he is the right person for it? Is this a genuine opportunity, or is it connected to the lingering shadows of the plasma ring? And at Garland Memorial, will Monica's decision to cut ties with the free clinic stand? Or has she underestimated how fiercely Leslie will fight to protect what remains of her power? The most exciting part of this episode is that every storyline is built around pressure. Cott is pressured by commitment. Tomas is pressured by rejection. Grayson is pressured by temptation. Leslie is pressured by institutional power. Monica is pressured to prove that she can lead without being shaken by personal conflict. That pressure is exactly what soap drama needs, because pressure reveals truth. It exposes what people fear, what they want, what they are willing to sacrifice, and how far they will go when they feel cornered. Fairmont Crest may look polished from the outside, but Wednesday's episode suggests that beneath the glamour, everyone is standing dangerously close to an emotional breaking point. Romance may heat up for some, but for others, love could become a battlefield. A new offer may look like salvation, but it may come with hidden danger. A hospital decision may sound professional, but it could awaken a rivalry that refuses to stay contained. Beyond the Gates is setting the stage for an episode filled with tension, temptation, and confrontation. And once these characters make their next moves, the consequences may reach far beyond what any of them expect.